Order accepted.
And welcome to another cast by DraKaTaK. That's me, JaKaTaK, and Fear Dragon. Fear Dragon, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. We're ready for some Legacy of the Void unofficial alpha awesomeness.
All right, in the top left, we've got Zheng. In the bottom right, we've got GriM. And that's how fast we have to say it because the builds are already starting. We have a pylon on 13. That's when you build it in this game. And we got a lot of drone building up in the top left, going right over into the 14. Looks like he's going for a 14 hatch. Is that good? Is that garbage? Nobody knows yet because this is brand new.
I think it's going to be definitely a good start off to the game because I do want to note actually that Zheng going for random in this. So here's the thing. The only real fear I think that he could ever have that may or may not be true is a Forge expansion from a Protoss player. But I mean, GriM doesn't really know whether he's facing a Protoss, a Terran, or a Zerg. Oh, does he?
Look at the kindness.
Oh.
Look at.
Oh.
He tells him that he's Zerg.
So sweet.
He gives up his only
that's
advantage
so
of having to practice 3 times as much as everybody else. He just gives it up like a nice guy.
I gotta say though, he is really awesome for that. But he actually did it after the gateway had already gone down for GriM, so I don't think there was enough time for him to really worry about it. I think Hatch First is still going to be safe regardless. Honestly, with the changes in the economy and Legacy of the Void, I honestly don't know if Forge fast expansions are actually going to be able to put on that much pressure on a Hatch First. Maybe a 3 Hatch before pool it'll be able to put on pressure, but not Hatch First.
Well, I think it can though, because the thing is, the normal way you do it, right, is you do this thing where you wait and you expand. With like a Forge fast, it's more like throw down the pylon right away, send that worker across the map, build the Forge at home, and then you get there, and then you can, can rush and do your thing.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like we're just going to need to see a lot of kind of testing with that. Unfortunately, in this game, GriM is not going to be doing any of that kind of testing. In fact, for now, he's just going to going up and arrive in the double gas guys. It's actually taking a sort of later Nexus. This is like
this is definitely later than we've seen usually.
Yeah, this is like a normally timed Nexus for like Heart of the Swarm or like Wings of Liberty or something. But this is a fairly late Nexus for a Legacy of the Void player, but we'll see if it ends up working out.
Roach Warren coming down. We got double gas in the main.
Oh my god!
I think we're gonna see some Ravagers.
Dude,
and
what
GriM
is it with the one base
going for
today, man?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so silly. I said GriM going for and then I was like, oh wait, that's his base. We're good. All right, so this is what a 2 gas, 1 gate expand looks like basically, and it's just very gas heavy. I don't know how well this is working out because I don't know if he's going to be able to spend this kind of gas. Zheng, on the other hand, is absolutely going to be able to spend his gas very easily because Ravagers just soak that gas up.
Yeah, I feel like GriM is just going to be going for like the very tried and true. I'm going to get a lot of sentries up, get up a robo, and just play a very, very safe and standard Protoss.
Standard Heart of the Swarm. Hopefully it works out in Legacy of the Void.
Exactly. And here's the thing. That may very well work out in Heart of the Swarm, but I mean, with the changes in Legacy of the Void, the big scare for me is the fact that these roaches can immediately become Ravagers. You don't need any additional tech for it. And suddenly, those big power units, the sentries that throw down the force fields, they can be negated by a Ravager. A big roach attack with like 2 Ravagers can actually bust into so many attack paths that were initially fended off by just really good force fields.
Yep, absolutely. And it's like the Ravager nerfs the force field basically. Instead of just going direct about it and saying, "All right, we're going to nerf the force field," they, Blizzard said, "Okay, we'll make a really fun unit that interacts in a unique way with the force field." Instead of saying force field broke, LOL, fix yo. Because that's how they speak, usually, I assume.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I would speak if I thought that way.
If I were David Kim, when I had a meeting, I'd be like, yo, Ravager broke, LOL, fix Plox. That's how I would start meetings.
And they'd be like, actually, I just imagine David Kim saying, David, please.
David Kim, please. He just blames himself. He's his own scapegoat.
Oh god, but okay, very interesting is the fact that Zheng did not go for any kind of early roach aggression. In fact, he just went up to
Ravagers.
a fairly, yeah, exactly, defensive Ravagers, but most interestingly, not going for the 3rd expansion, going for as fast of an infestation pit as possible. Do you think we could be seeing Swarm hosts.
Absolutely. I don't know if
Flying
you saw.
locusts?
Yeah, if you've seen the video by Fenner, one swarm host can
God.
kill a hatchery.
Oh.
So I'm sure that 2 can kill a Nexus because of extra 500 hit points on a Nexus compared to a hatchery.
Because Protoss OP, David Kim, please nerf.
Please nerf blocks. But yeah. Oh no, we're gonna see pathogen glands. Cool. So I think this is absolutely just a fungal Ravager play. Just going for a strong fungal Ravager mid game. The problem is there are 6 drones in the main of Zheng. And 14 in natural, so that's pretty good. But we're seriously on a low drone count for this.
I'm really worried, especially because I don't know if he has Zergling speed, which I feel like would accompany the Infestors the best because they have that new ability that actually boosts the attack of units by 5, which I think works well for units that actually attack very quickly.
Right.
But not so much on roaches, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ravagers, Roaches are both really bursty. They do 16 damage a shot, which is quite high compared to something like the Queen, which is 4 damage a shot, or Marine, which is 6 damage a shot at 5 range. But yeah, building up the Ravager count here. And we have the Protoss, like you said, kind of going for this just basic, get the Robo up, get the expansion up. Colossus is coming in. Already has +1 attack, going for the +1 armor instead of the +2 attack, which is interesting. But I think this Ravager force is really scary, especially when it has the accompaniment of the Infestors. Yeah. You know how long it took me to realize how to say Infestors there? Yeah.
Oh man, welcome to the world of casting, man. But I agree with you, this army can be scary, but I'm not sure how scary it actually is going to be by the time it goes for a push out. Because GriM, he's already gotten out a decent number of Colossus, is up to 2. He's going to be able to get out a 3rd fairly soon.
No, he's not. He's going to get a Disruptor.
No, Disruptor.
Yeah.
This is actually, I really feel like GriM is actually going to have a fairly scary army that's going to be able to easily fend off this force from Zheng by the time Zheng goes for the push out. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Zheng, he committed to getting out these super early units and delayed his 3rd. He delayed his 4th expansion, which is very weirdly proxy, like right next to. It's right next to.
Nice catch on the pylon. Excellent catch on the pylon.
Important catch, man. I will tell you, I am a Protoss player. That is the juiciest pylon you can imagine, because that's one of those pylons where it's like the roaches move out. Oh, I see that you're at my base. Let me go ahead and warp in 7 zealots and cancel that expansion. And half the time it doesn't even get canceled because you're too busy dealing with the actual attack to notice your expansion just got killed off. Oh, it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, he's just they're mirroring each other in that they're like, all right, I'm gonna build some army, stay safe, expand. I'm gonna build some army. All right, I'm gonna build some pylons, expand. Okay, all right. Gonna move up a little bit, see what's going on over here, expand. Exactly. No Infestors at all. This is gonna be a tough army to deal with. With the Infestors, I think you have a shot at dealing with it, but without the Infestors, really difficult. Nice little snipe there. GriM being super safe.
Yep. And I'm really starting to get a little bit worried for Zheng because he's starting to fall behind in supply. And Roach is maybe not as supply inefficient in the army now with their new ability, and of course their little buffs that they get when they go into Ravagers. But this is starting to look a little bit grim, pardon the pun.
It's going to be all about this engagement. Now. Oh, look at him. He's poaching forward the Disruptor. He's moving in. Oh, he's not paying attention. Oh, but it doesn't matter because Ravagers have so much HP.
Oh my god, he can just burrow those. That's all he has to do.
So good. No, they don't regenerate faster when they're burrowed like roaches do.
Wait, really? They lose out on that ability?
Yeah, they're a different unit.
That is so interesting. Oh, that is so cool.
All right, here we go. They're softened up a bit. Oh, I don't know about this. The Ravagers should be in the back. Swarm Host moving up in the front to get killed off for no reason. That's a one control loop syndrome problem. But Locusts are pretty good, man. It looks like he's gonna actually come out of this reasonably well.
Good micro from GriM though, using that Immortal Shield to soak up a lot of those shots from the Locusts. And unfortunately, right now for Zheng, he doesn't have any more Locusts to spew out. He has one more maybe from that one Swarm Host, but the Colossus look like they may just be enough.
Yeah, it's a very different game. The Swarm Host is like a spellcaster now. You kind of cast your spell of the Locust going out, and then you got to retreat and keep them alive. You got to protect them. Ooh, nice running here. We got some Wow, he does not have roach speed. That is unfortunate. Maybe a little bit of an overcommittal going past the creep there without the roach speed. The infestors, 5 infestors on the way now. Let's take a look at the incomes and see how we're doing. Oh man, Zheng is in big trouble.
Yeah.
He's about 1/4 the mineral income of GriM right now.
That's the thing. When you go for such early tech, it really hurts your economy. And this entire time, he's been so busy producing units that he never really had a chance to get up a good economy. And I mean, as awesome as it is to get up very new units as fast as possible, sometimes it's just good to go for the tried and true basics, kind of like what GriM is doing, going for just a
Oh, he's not paying attention.
And going for new
Oh,
units.
wow, just manages to dodge that. Couple of shots in the front, not doing all that much damage, and this is the power of paying attention. When you can pay attention against the Ravager, you can do very well. A couple of fungals coming down, but no Ravager shots to follow up. And again, this is just a basic. Macro still exists. Believe it or not, macro still exists, and you have to remember to build drones. Zheng says the GG. Excellent job for GriM. We learned a couple of things, and hopefully both of they did too.